This is my 2025 Tesla Model 3 Performance, which I just realized the other day I have owned for 10 months, which seems almost impossible. Time has been absolutely flying as of recent. What I also realized though is I haven't given you guys an update like I said I would on the ceramic coating that we installed when I first purchased this car. So of course on day one when I got this car, came back to the shop here, other than tearing out the suspension within 60 miles of owning this car, putting on new wheels and tires, I went through, fully cut, polished, and ceramic coated everything on this vehicle with Clean by Pan the Organizer's 8-year coating. So today we're going to be giving our 10-month update. Welcome back to the channel. Let's jump into it. Well, I know for most of you, you're probably looking at this car going, Colton, this thing's not even dirty. Well, you and I are not alike, because this in my world is at the point where the car needs a little bit of a bath. We've got bugs on the front, bugs on the windshield. We've got some rain splatter and stuff from some slightly damp roads outside. So I want to give this thing a little bit of a bath today and show you guys how this coating is actually looking. Now I want to back up a little bit before we actually dive into washing this car, going through showing you what the coating's actually looking like, and talk about Pan's 8-year coating. Now initially when this product launch and the whole line, I guess in general, I was genuinely skeptical about his products, you know, another influencer product, and I just kind of thought, okay, these are going to be middle of the road. The first product I actually ever tried was his 8-year coating, actually playing around with Tesla Cybertrucks, and it kind of blew me away. Then I went into trying a lot more of his version 1 products, and I got to be totally honest with you, of the clean line, I wasn't necessarily underwhelmed, that's not really the right word, but I wasn't blown away. I thought a lot of the rest of the line of the clean products were just good. Nothing that really stood out to me or that I would replace a bunch of products that I use in my detailing business here, but Pan's coating kind of since day one has really blown me away. Now we've also been doing another test on my other daily driver vehicle, my Kia EV6, where I installed 17 different ceramic coatings on the entire car. Importantly, 10 of them on the paint, including Pan's coating, to see how they do long term. And I gotta say, from the testing we've been doing so far, Pan's is definitely in the lead. Now, what I've been seeing, especially when it rains, when we get some snow here in Colorado, the coating section that Pan's is actually on, or the panel that Pan's coating is actually on, stays way cleaner than the other areas of the car, which is kind of mind-blowing because I didn't really anticipate that, but it really goes to show how much work has gone into this coating and really my feelings using this, playing around with it, and just being really, really impressed by it. Now, another couple of things with Pan's coating here. One of the biggest things it's done for me is actually change the way I detail. If you really look at most, not all, but quite a few manufacturers of ceramic coatings, they probably have 6 different coatings out there for every designated area on your vehicle. You take one company, they've got a gloss paint coating, a matte paint coating, a PPF/vinyl coating, a dedicated glass coating, a dedicated wheel coating, dedicated trim coating, and the cool thing about Pan's is it's all in one. So that really changes the way that you kind of detail, especially working around plastic trim. I've talked about this a lot. A lot of the times if you get certain paint coatings on plastic trim, they don't really deepen it and richen it a lot, and then you come back over with your trim coating and you'll see the splotches of where that paint coating is rejecting the trim coating. So this has really changed the way I detail, and I've been really, really blown away with this coating. So what we're gonna do today, I'm just gonna give this car a nice bath. I'll give you some satisfying snow foams. We'll go through, talk about the slickness, water behavior, and we're also going to incorporate a little bit of his V2 products today from the clean line to see how those are looking. I'm not going to be doing a full review, but we're going to test out his new V2 shampoo as well as his quick detailer drying aid, which has a little infusion of ceramic. This car has not had any toppers on it, so this is Pan's coating on here. Now, I do want to make a quick note just for full transparency here. This car is absolutely not my daily driver, but this car has been in snow snow, go have fun with it. It's been in rain. I've used this, but I also take care of this car. Like all of my cars, I try to at least, to make sure when they do get dirty, it's time to wash them, reset them, and put them back away and continue driving them. So let's jump in here to the video. We'll get this thing foamed down with a gentle pre-wash here. We're going to use Labo Cosmetica Premise 2.0 at a 1:5 dilution ratio. We'll let that dwell, eat up the dirt and grime, little grit here and there, and hopefully all the bugs. And then we'll get into actually contact washing it with a pH neutral shampoo. Now, we're going to start off with our alkaline pre-wash here. This is Labo Cosmetica Premise 2.0. Absolutely love this stuff. There's also some great other pre-washes on the market, Built Hammer Touchless. I'm going to be playing around more recently here with Kosh Chemie Multistar, and I'm going to do a comparison between all of these as well as some other ones you might want to see. So let me know with that. So this actually says in a foam cannon here, if you can see dilutions with foam cannon, for winter dirt and grime, 1:5 dilution ratio. For summer dirt and grime, a 1:10. So of course, we really only need a 1:10 here. Now the thing I've noticed with Pans coating, also mixed with the AR635 up here, over 3 gallons per minute. If you guys have been watching what's been going on with these pressure washers, they don't produce the best snow foam out there. They're actually pretty wet here, and that's the one downside I've noticed with Pans coating, is I pretty much always have to use the 1:5 dilution ratio over here to just get more snow foam on there in general, because yeah, I'll show you guys what the 1:10 looks like. So I'm going to make up two 600 milliliter solutions, plenty enough here. And again, I've also been using the Griot's Boss foam cannon with the AR635. No metering tip in this, MJJC 1.65 millimeter orifice. Seems to be the best for this, but again, not amazing snow foam unless we're using da-da-da-da-da. Not the point of this video, but just wanted to point that out. So 55 milliliters of solution, 545 milliliters of water. Over here for our 1:5 winter grime over here, 100 milliliters of solution into 500 milliliters of water, 600 total milliliters. So we'll start off here. I'll show you what that looks like. It's pretty crazy, but that's super helpful to eat up all the dirt and grime, the bugs, things like that, to make sure we're getting as much possible off before we actually ever even touch it. All right, so we'll start off here with our Labo Cosmetica Premise 2.0 at our 1:10 summer dirt dilution ratio. Yeah, let me bring you guys in a little closer. So what you guys can clearly see here on the painted surfaces, this has such amazing hydrophobics. It immediately starts splitting this apart. Now, of course, this car is fully coated with Pans coating, so all the glass as well. You can see we can get it a little bit thicker there, but on the paint, it's a little bit trickier to do. On the satin areas that have a little bit more surface tension on them, this actually works completely fine. But on this, it's really, really hard to actually get this foam proper on there. So I typically always use on Labo here a 1:5 dilution ratio when I'm doing a pre-wash on this particular car. I mean, this is just insanity here. Now, I know this is not a super strong dilution ratio, but you'll see a lot of times when I actually use this, especially on my long-term coating test, I'll also do this. This stuff does the same exact thing, and then most other coatings, it just sticks like glue too. So pretty interesting there. Now, quick point here, the wheels are actually not coated with Pans coating. I've got Armor Detail Supplies wheel coating, their dedicated wheel coating on here, just to actually play with it. So let's now refoam this down with our 1:5 dilution ratio, and we'll let the pre-wash do its thing. All right, well, this is doing its thing. Oh, wait, holy cow. Look at the bugs on the front of this. I have not rinsed this off whatsoever. You can see this is a mix, of course, of Premise 2.0 really doing its thing, really great at breaking down bugs. But again, that coating is just freaking insane here. Look at the side of the doors. It is just dripping off of that shampoo there. And again, 1:5 dilution ratio, pretty nuts. So for our pH neutral shampoo, we're gonna try out the new V2 version of Cleans. This is not a review on this. I just wanna play around with it while we're doing this today. Ooh. I can tell you one nice thing here, nice and liquid. So for my 635, what I've been kind of figuring out for pretty good shampoos between 2 to 3 ounces, I want to try this at 3 ounces. That's what I've been using Adam's Mega Foam at. Incredible Suds Type 2 gives nice, rich, thick snow foam. So we'll see how this is. And then of course, we'll fill up our buckets with this as well. About 2 ounces in there to actually wash down the car. We're definitely at the point we need to rinse this off now. So let's check out the hydrophobics. Yeah, absolutely insane. As you can see, guys, this coating, especially with the AR635, keep in mind 3 gallons per minute. It does not even sort of overwhelm this coating and start kind of sheeting or flooding the surface. It is just unreal water behavior. Look at that front end. Haven't even touched it. Bugs are 100% gone. Absolutely nuts. Also, look at the hydrophobics down here on the satin black trim. This is all satin black painted. Insane. Just absolutely nuts coating. Bugs on this mirror basically completely gone. Now, I did coat all of the glass on this car with Pan's coating. Again, not a dedicated glass coating here. And I gotta say, I've been just as blown away with it. You can still see a little bit more surface tension on the glass than versus the paint, how it does kind of overwhelm the surface a bit. But I think in general, the water behavior on the glass has been amazing, super, super easy to clean, especially with bugs that were all over the glass. They're freaking gone now. Zero scrubbing required. I mean, it's just unbelievably impressive. Insane. Let's foam on the Clean by Pan V2 car shampoo. First impressions, not a huge amount of snow foam, not bad. I don't know. We're gonna have more talks about this. I am doing a test, by the way, I'll insert this here very soon, of the top car shampoos out there. Let me know what you guys want to see in the test. I'm happy to purchase like 20, 25 of them, or the top ones you guys want to see, and compare them all with snow foam, lubrication, all of that fun stuff. And I'll definitely be including this one, but pretty interesting so far. All right, so Pan's soap there. I gotta say, you know, this is kind of what the Europeans like, a little bit runnier. Again, 635 here messes everything up, but it also shows how concentrated these soaps are. I'm decently impressed with this. Definitely a little bit more watery, of course, than DIY Incredible Suds Type 2, but pretty darn impressive. And the slickness is just out of this world. Insane on this. So we'll just do a nice little contact wash here. As you can see, it is just super, super, super slick. I mean, this is not a super crazy angle on the hood here. It just, yeah, pretty awesome stuff. I am doing the 1 bucket wash if you are curious and wondering here. Got about, I don't know, 8 to 10 wash mitts or so in my bucket with Pan shampoo. I gotta say, I do think this is definitely an improvement over V1. Feels a little bit slicker. I really, really like the smell of this, and it definitely does feel a bit more concentrated, I will say. So that's good. I wouldn't say it's like blowing me away, but it's pretty good. Glass feels super, super nice and slick here. That's always great to see. I've been really impressed with this coating on the glass. Honestly, more than I expected to. A lot of coatings do not work very well on glass, even dedicated glass coatings. I'm always like slightly underwhelmed by them. Yeah, feels really, really nice. I'm maybe a little bit more prone to actually use this on glass than some of the other glass coatings I've used. I think I really, really like it. This has just been so, so nice to clean with. And again, you know, it's really hard for us to properly test coatings. That's why I wanted to do this test on a car that is definitely, I would say, more maintained than my other car. But I also thought it was important to do real world stuff. I really, really don't believe in testing coatings by putting them on a hood, leaving it outside, throwing a bunch of chemicals at it, because that's not realistic, right? This is the realistic way we test coatings and see how they do in real world scenarios. I also know a lot of you are probably going to ask in the comment section about, you know, okay, how does Colton get different results than other YouTubers? And, you know, I've watched some other videos on this, and I'm friends with quite a few people in the industry. And we saw one coating that had failed in an area that I was a little surprised to see. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I have my own feelings on that. And what I can tell you guys is I have seen none of that here in Colorado with our reasonably harsh UV, as well as pretty harsh winters overall, pretty hot summers. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about it. I don't think there's any poor intent or anything there, but I do think there were some things that could be done differently. That's how I'm going to leave it there. All right, guys, final rinse time now. Yeah, just absolutely insane. Also, wheels, I mean, literally didn't even need to touch, not even sort of bad at all. So I'll continue rinsing this down. I want to get you a few more shots here on the glass, but as always, super impressed. Want to show you the back end here. This is always notorious for being the hardest area for coatings, especially right here down the side of the doors. Check this out. I mean, dude. Absolutely nuts. So let me get the rest of this rinsed down, and we'll play a little bit with Pan's new detail spray, and I'll give you some quick impressions on that as well. All right, let's play around here with Quick Detailer V2. Again, not a full review on these, but just wanted to give some initial impressions. Yeah. I'm not sure if I love. So I think probably one of my favorite SiO2 detailers out here, Amplify from Armor Detail Supply. Let's actually flip this over. I'll change the camera as well. All right, let's go with our Amplify here. Oh, it's not even close. Yeah, this stuff is the business. So again, kind of similar feelings there on the the Quick Detailer V2. I personally think there's better stuff out there. I can tell you immediately from that feeling, wow, the slickness on that is crazy, crazy different here with the ADS Amplify. Interesting. I'll be the first one to tell you guys, I am not the biggest and largest fan of SiO2 ceramic infused, you know, after washes or, you know, all of that stuff. I typically just use Adam's waterless wash. I don't really like or feel the need to add a ton more protection, especially when a coating is looking this good. I really don't think you need it. And oftentimes I actually think it makes things slightly worse. It's probably another dedicated video time. So let me get this dry and I'll give you guys some final impressions. All right, guys, we got the car cleaned up now and it's literally back to the day when I installed this coating. I mean, I'm blown away with this. And again, I think you should take this in context of, it is not only a test I've done on this car, it's the testing I've done on Cybertrucks, on customer vehicles, seeing cars back and doing the coating comparison test of where this coating just really blows me away, and I've been really, really impressed by it. By the way, I've had quite a few people reach out recently of, you know, asking for Cybertruck updates with this particular coating on it. I have probably had thousands of people install it and comment that they love it. It's working amazing, makes their truck 10 times easier to clean. And that's been exactly my experience. I'll try and get one here on camera that I coated a while back and see how things are looking so I can show all of you guys. But yeah, I've been experiencing the same thing. I think the biggest takeaway from this coating, right, is it's just unbelievably easy to install. The versatility of it is unreal. The hydrophobics are unreal. The way that your car stays cleaner for longer is unreal. And I've shown that on video and tested it personally, and it is just absolutely mind-blowing what this coating is. And again, have to give my hats off, not that I have a hat on, but hats off to Pan and his team for creating a coating that is just out of this world. And I think one of the biggest criticisms, other than the whole stuff with Pan, which I get and I'm just like, I don't get at the same time, like he's happy and excited about this product, and I would be too. I would put a lot of passion into my product line if I were to ever do one, which is in the plans eventually. And I get it, but I got to tell you, his coating for me is kind of next level. And again, going back to, you know, playing around just quickly with the V2 products, that's kind of what I experienced last time. I think they're good. I weigh a lot on my first initial impressions of products, right? Of just like taking them out of the box and just like throwing them into my arsenal and giving quick impressions. It's not to say I've got a final verdict on it, but it's kind of the same as I experienced last time. They do seem a little bit better, but it's nothing that I'm like, I got to run out and buy gallons and gallons and gallons of this and throw all my other stuff away, right? And there are products that do that for me. You know, for example, Armor Detail Supply's Amplify, I think, is probably one of the best ceramic infused drying aids on the market that I've tested. They're not something I use all the time, but it's something that the first time I tried that product, I was like, holy crap, this stuff's amazing. And very similar to Incredible Suds Type 2. I was like, wow, concentration on this is great, slickness, surfactants, cleanability on it, just blown away with. And that's how I really test products and play with products. And there's so much stuff I do off camera. But again, my feelings here on the coating, the main topic of this video, I couldn't be more happy. And I do have to say, for all of my testing, the 12 plus years I've been in this detailing industry, the probably close to 1,000 full paint corrections, polishes, ceramic coating details that I've done, it is by far and away the best coating that I have ever used. Now, that doesn't mean I won't change my mind if, you know, Pan's coating completely fails on my EV6 within a year and all the other coatings look amazing. Like, I am open to changing my mind, right? But from everything that I've tested so far, it is by far and away the best thing that I have ever tested in terms of ceramic coatings on cars. So I'm blown away with it. I highly, highly, highly suggest you try it on your vehicle if you're in search of a coating. And again, do keep in mind, I haven't tried everything out there, right? It is literally physically impossible to try every single ceramic coating in the marketplace, because there are probably at this point hundreds, if not thousands of different ones. I mean, it is like overwhelming to say the least. So I'll leave it off here, and I'll update you guys with this car, the EV6, and always looking to playing with new stuff. And there will probably be something in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, of course, that is going to change the game again for me. So always keep iterating, always keep playing. Don't be afraid to try stuff. And yeah, we'll end it off there. We'll see you in the next one soon. Bye-bye.